With his hand in the air in lanes 3 and in lane 2. On the skier,
round 1.
Jones is right behind him and down in lanes 2 and 3. Probably 3 and 4. It's Tyler Edwin and Cam Crockett. And now here comes Dalton Mankin.
All right, last lap, round 1.
We saw Mick really emerge as the leader in that second round.
Watts is your leader. Tyler Edwards jumps to the head in 10 junior second. So now it's Edmund and Watts to Detroit taking the
15 presses.
Marquand Jones gets there in 3rd place, and Watts with about a length lead over Edmund. Watts is in, back to the ring, 30 chest to Marquand. Eggerman and Marquand Jones trying to track him down.
And Froendt, I feel like Watts has such strong legs as he showcased in the statue that earlier. I think that pace that he picked up was really more of a rest period for him. Turn takes not giving too much resistance. He can really just kind of lean into it, use his body weight, his leg strength to drive that tank out of the way, and get a few extra breaths in between to hopefully save up for the chest of all balls.
Eggerman and Watts will break Marquand Jones on the right side of your screen, continuing to work. Jones may be trying to pry that lead away from Zach Watts. Watts back on the bar as Jones breaks. 30 chest to bar points to complete here. Judge's hand in the air for Zach Watts. He has 5 to go.
And look at Marquand. He's one of the only athletes on the field that doesn't have grips. I mean, that's very uncommon at this stage. Just because by the sheer fact that you eliminate the possibility of a rip, which could ruin the rest of your weekend as far as hanging from any sort of implement like the rings.
Zach Watts stays in the lead. And we'll get to the skier first, just ahead of Marquand Jones. Now 15 calories on the herd before they head back to the ring for a 18 final chest to bar pull-ups. In lane 3, it's Tyler Eggerman. He is now fighting Angelo DeChico for 3rd place. Cam Crockett and Hunter Hollifield working their ways back
2,
to the skier as well. This is the fight for
1.
first place. Marquand Jones on the right, Zach Watts on the left. The time to beat 8 minutes 12
Bro.
seconds from Adam Clake. But a minute to go before we hit that. 5 calories to go for Zach Watts. He and Jones neck and neck. And they are done at the exact same time.
Marquand had to go back for 1 extra half hole there to get his last Calorie. If they both keep the same pace, that could be the difference maker in this race.
Adam Clake's 8 minutes 12 seconds, looking like it might last through this second of 3 heats as Watts hops back up on the pull-up bar for his final 15 chest bar pull-ups. Marquand Jones right behind him. Final rip for Watts, he's in. Zach Watts may have a chance here. And it's Zach Watts who has set the new time to beat. Where did this kid come from? Marquand Jones is in. So Zach Watts, one of the
Too close to
3,
the front here.
2, 1. Go, round 2. Last lap, round 2.
in the world probably choose up your best athlete, and he's got a single in this event.
And it always goes back to our old friend Froendt and Sickers. You don't understand how good you have to be to summon the CrossFit Games, and now that even extends down to this semi-final as well. And it's great because I guarantee you you're going to give this test a try, and they're going to be a size up a whole lot. They will be at what the slowest time was, and they're nowhere close.
15 presses.
Zach Watts' his family love what they're seeing so far from him, as he now has the new time to beat 8:09.58 as he beats Adam Clake by 3 seconds. Marquand Jones just misses Clake's time by a second, and it's Tyler Eggerman finishing in 3rd.
Watts came out swinging early on. He was hitting Marquand Jones, fighting for that top spot overall, but Watts' strength and consistency on that sled gave him a little bit of an edge, and by the end, there, you can see him looking left and right at Mark Juan. He turned on the Jets, walked his way to another heat win after winning the first event. He's done as much as he can as far as setting himself up to be towards the top of the leaderboard after day one.
Zach Watts, your overall leader coming into this event. 100 points in event one. And inside the top 5 for him. Will set himself up really well for the weekend. Top 5 men qualifying at the end of the weekend for the Bronson Games. And here he was in event number 1.
Opened with 280, made that look easy. Bumped it up to 300, had close miss there. Definitely had to pull. His coach said, you got this. You bump this up. Let's go for what you want. Let's have trust in the process. And he was rewarded handsomely with a 310 flip and an event win. And he is sitting pretty.
These are your standings after
2,
Watch with that event.
1.
The 100 points. Jason Copper was tied with Hutchinson, Ware, and Panchik. Ben Smith and Travis Williams with 96 points. So a log jam there for second place. And it's Hunter Holyfield who came in 8th place. Torian Pro also going on this weekend in the Oceania Continent. Baden Brown for the men. Winning event number 1, 38-17 for him. And that great setting down there at Pat Raptor Arena. And then Z Grove, a familiar name, Games veteran, takes Amanda 21 in 2:49.13 seconds. Of course, action underway on day 2 down there in Australia. Top 3 men, women, and teams out of the Torian Pro qualifying for the 2021 Global CrossFit Games. Here we are being set for the final heat for the men. Final event of the day, Need for Speed 2, presented by RAM. And it's the athletes who could really manage those chests
For so long, he goes under
2,
the Mayhem Athlete
1.
programming.
Go, round 3. Last lap, round 3.
This season.
$45 calories to open.
15 presses.
19 years old, training out of his parents' garage. So it feels like he really actually has been here quite some time. But a couple of years spent rehabbing some injuries, refocusing his training, tinkering a little bit, and now we're getting to see a new version of Ben Smith.
Judges starting to put their hands up in the air. Justin Medeiros will be the second man done right behind Travis Williams. Williams on the upper right-hand part of your screen.
How many of you heard this before, Sean? Travis Williams comes out hot early in the workout.
It's a bold strategy, Con. Let's see if it pays off for it. Williams, 45 chest bar pull-up. Justin Medeiros on the pull-up bar. Jason Hopper and Hal Fisher, they're also there. That's Williams on the left, Medeiros is on the right. Travis Mayer is back on the pull-up bar. Scott Manchin down on the back as well. Ben Smith and Josh Goodall.
I like where Justin Medeiros is right now. You talked about a good start for him. The snatch event was probably the one he was circled as I've got to do some damage control here. He's 9th overall coming into this event. Similar situation as Haley Adams. You know, top end strength, maybe not his forte, but you know, he's in the top 10. He's in a good spot, and now he can focus on blasting the remainder of these workouts.
45 chest bar pull-ups. Justin Medeiros has jumped his hands in the air. Travis Williams has jumped his hands in the air.
2,
Hal Fisher
1.
has 1 round to go. Medeiros is now in the lead, just ahead of Travis
Row.
Williams. And Williams got down on him on the torque tank. Now here comes Hal Fisher in lane 10. Neck and neck here for first place in this third and final heat. 8:09 And the time to beat belongs to Zach Watts, who did that in heat number 2. Jason Hopper in the white on the bottom right of your screen now is in that battle for one of the top 2 spots in this heat. Medeiros and Williams. Williams with no shirt on there on the left side of your screen. Scott Panchik and Sam Froendt have just gotten back to the ski erg. Now 30 calories to be completed. Travis Mayer is there as well. And Josh Woodhull working his way back down the floor, as is Ben Smith.
And a nice little story for Jason Hopper. The bottom right of your screen in the white t-shirt. You know, 4 years ago, he's standing on the field as his Clemson Tigers get beat by Alabama in the college football playoff. Decides, gonna change course, leaves the team, and a few years later, he's standing on the semifinal floor, snatching 300 pounds, and in contention for a spot in the CrossFit Games.
30 calories here on the ski erg, and it's back down to the other end of the floor with that rotate for 30 chest to bar pull-ups. Keep an eye on what's here comes
Round 4. 3, 2, 1.
Jason Hopper on the right.
We haven't said Scott Panchik's game at all this heat so far. He's starting to chew up ground, moving his way into the top 5.
Last lap, round 4.
Atop the overall leaderboard.
Right, 15 presses.
Hal Fisher is in. Jason Hopper looks to be your overall leader heading into the weekend. And if you predicted that, you are related to Jason Hopper.
What a finish. And even still, we have a battle between Travis Mayer, Sam fighting for the finish line. All of these athletes close the top of the leaderboard. Remember, 6 athletes were tied for second.
Ben Smith is in 8:42 unofficially. So Connor Duddy just trying to catch his breath. Travis Williams, he's across. And Josh Woodhull will be the last man across the finish line. As once again all the men get in inside the 12-minute time count. 1 or 2 athletes maybe this entire event didn't finish, but that man, Jason Hopper, has a very good chance of being your overall leader. 2nd place overall, coming into the event with 96 points. He locks up 100 with the win here. And the good news is that a couple guys
3,
between him and Zach Watts
2,
in this event.
1.
We'll have to see how the standings shake out, but Jason Hopper sitting
Bro.
pretty going into the weekend. 7:45, edging out Justin Medeiros by 6 seconds. Scott Panchik will wind up in 3rd. That is huge for him. And then Zach Watts finishes inside the top 5 for the 2nd straight event.
And early on, it was Justin Medeiros trying to fight off Travis Williams' early charge. And Medeiros started to make his money on the pull-up bar. But here comes Jason Hopper, starting to slowly inch his way up towards the top of the heat. Medeiros would pull ahead, going into the final round on the back of a set of 30 unbroken chest bar pull-up. But Hopper, 6'1", 215, really leads into that machine, pulls ahead during the final 15 calories on the ski erg and had enough in the tank to handle the pull-up bar, lean into the sled, and march his way to victory in the event.
Let's go down and make the Fraser with Jason Hopper.
Jason, we were watching some of the Kings veterans who came out early, but then you were able to find some lieutenants in the tank left for the end to pull ahead. How would you find that energy?
I think my pace was the best pace.
Be sure to go to games.crossfit.com to keep track of all
3,
the action going on this
2,
weekend and
1.
all the results. We'll see you
Round 5.
in Rocky Top.
Last lap, round 5. 15 presses.
So this crazy thing happened, and basically I had to go home and go to work. So I will be. So this crazy thing happened, and
Continues. Individual action continuing here on day 2 of the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge in Knoxville, Tennessee. Third of 6 events for the women. Thank you so much for being with us today on this gorgeous Saturday. At least inside here at the top of the arena. Sean Woodland and Tommy Marquez and Nikki Brazier here with you for a new benchmark workout. That is event number 3 on the US Open. It is well.
Yeah, 10 rounds for time, 3 clean and jerks, 3 bar facing burpees, a twist on the classic CrossFit benchmark race. And this is part of the set of 7 new girl workouts that was introduced by CrossFit at the start of this year.
Lane assignments presented by CBD-MD in lane 4. Fee Sagafi, impressive so far. Has kind of had a breakout year here and looking to work her way up the leaderboard and into contention for one of the spots inside the top 5.
Yeah, he did damage control on the max snatch, a top 5 finish last night.
3,
that day. We talked to her beforehand. She said
2,
she's pumped to give this test a go.
2 left.
Just 24 points out of that 5th and final spot. Danielle Dunlap, she is in lane number 5.
Came just outside the top 10, 11. Similar story to Fee. Damage control on event number 1, 6th place in Need for Speed 2. Another potential top finish here to move her into the final heat.
1,
2, 1, go.
row.
Each will be underway in event number 3. After this, there will only be 3 events remaining. The top time belongs to Olivia Sule, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. 10 rounds, 3 clean and jerks at 95 pounds, and 3 bar facing burpees. They will do the first 6 rounds in the same spot, and then start advancing their barbells down the floor towards the finish line after round 6.
And so far, in lead 10, you can see the breakneck pace right now for Shayla Moore. We actually saw her get a no rep just a second ago. She's kind of going a little too reckless, unable to control her movement, control her barbell, was bouncing as she was dropping it from the top. The speed at which you have to perform these burpees, you notice you have to stand up and wait for the bar to settle. Just the little things, the details you have to do while you're operating at a high clip to make sure that you don't make any mistakes in lose ground.
Shannon Lori, the 2021 Occupational Games Female Law Enforcement Officer Division. That's CBD-MD, the CBD you can trust. Visit cbdmd.com/product.
Last round.
3, 2,
1, go.
Nicole Gibson-Burke is in. Rebecca Fuselier is now across. Danielle Dunlap has finished as well. And Kyra Miller.
Last lap, round 6.
That 5-minute time down.
Fifteen presses.
Shoulders immediately overhead. No problem for her the entire way. She was the first athlete to get to the first 6 rounds and held on to that lead the entire way. And is also the first athlete to break the sub-3-minute barrier here in this test.
Lisa Gotti, right now, with the top time, 1 game remains. She goes sub 3 minutes. 2:56 officially for her. Nicole Gibson-Burke cannot beat Olivia Sulik. So Sulik is still in second place right now in this event. Kyra Milligan, a second back of Gibson Burke. Fuselier 2 seconds after that, and Emily Nussbaum another 2 seconds after that. You see how close all these athletes are, and just a couple of seconds can make a difference between 100 points and maybe 80 points. Tia Toomey, your overall leader, is up next. She's had a typical day on Friday for her.
Yeah, she took a little bit of a chance on the snatch, didn't get off the go. She bounced right back. Absolutely demolished Need for Speed, so much so that event programmer Luke texted me and said, well, she broke my programming. I didn't expect any athlete to do it like that. She went unbroken the entire way, saved some energy on her arm drive when she pushed that torque tank, and looked casual crossing the finish line, just showcasing how fit she is, how dominant she is at the top.
When you look at her resume, it is just incredible what she has been able to accomplish during her career. Right now, in line for yet another competition victory, but we still have 4 events remaining for her. Tia Toomey is used to facing the unknown and unknowable challenges that come with competing across them. But this past year, she had to deal with challenges that threatened to derail her quest to return to the games to defend her championship. And while her future was unclear at times, she remained focused on her goal, winning the games for the 5th straight time.
So when the pandemic first started happening, I was actually in Cookville, Tennessee, and we were at the time training for Waterpalooza, and we were very unsure on how the world was going to handle this. Once we competed at Waterpalooza, I felt like that was the last event that I was attending, where we really had no idea what we were about to endure, and also what the world was really going to go through at that point in time. Throughout the pandemic, life really slowed down and allowed me to be a lot more present and a lot more grounded in where you were in your life. It allowed me to really focus a lot more and not feel rushed per se when it came to my recovery routine and actually implementing things outside my training to help others. So for me, going into the semifinals and going and experiencing a different qualifying process is actually very exciting. I get the opportunity to do it in person, which initially, because of the pandemic, I wasn't able to go home, so I thought I would have to do it online. And so I'm truly grateful and just really honored that I'm able to actually showcase all my hard work out on the competition floor in person. And I'm just really excited to get this season up and running and getting ready for the CrossFit.